Basically, long story short, I'm going to be trying these today and rating them on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being they should be paying me to eat this, and 10 being take my money. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Charlotte from Random Keto, where I test random recipes, products, and tools related to the ketogenic lifestyle. I've been waiting for inspiration to strike as far as a new recipe or product to try, and I was in the store yesterday and I was struck. And then when I woke up from my concussion in the hospital, I thought of these products. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. I was walking by, picture me, I have a cart, and I'm walking, and the kids, and I am walking past the cereal aisle, which I normally don't even look down because it's just full of sadness and tears. And so I'm going, and I see zero. And I always stop when I see zero. You know, you got to investigate those kinds of things. It's a zero I've never seen before. So I go and look, and I see this, and I'm like, oh, wow, exciting. And then I see that Walmart is carrying a new brand of WonderWorks. I've tried the peanut butter, I've tried the chocolate. Not a huge fan of either. The most tolerable cereal that I've found up till now is this, which is not great. I have to season my cereal. I have to sweeten it to high heaven with stevia. However, I also like the Ratio brand, the cinnamon one, but it's 9 grams of net carbs, and that's a lot, so I don't ever eat that. So then, as I was over there, I saw that Walmart's now carrying this. I've never seen this before in my Walmart. This is open, and this is open because I am one of those moms in the store that feeds my kids things. I have no shame about it. You know, the people walking by who give me weird looks, they should be, you know, thankful that they're not experiencing the hysterical crying. And then my kids could start crying too. So I put this in the cart. It sounds like that. You need more cereal? I need to get started quick before my kids eat all the cereal. I opened it up expecting them to basically immediately turn up their noses because like this cereal, even though it looks like Cocoa Puffs, they know they will not eat it. They actually dug in and liked it. And I thought, well, maybe it's just because of scarcity. You know, there's nothing else. No, when I pulled this out for this video, she immediately was like, Mommy, can I have a bag of cereal? And then when she saw this one, it was all over. I gave her one to try. This is kid approved as well. Both of my kids have been eating this, you know, for the past 10 minutes while I've gotten everything set up. So now I'm like really hopeful. I have here some unsweetened almond milk that I've sweetened with stevia just to make it drinkable. Almost drinkable. I guess I should make it too much sweeter. I don't want it to affect the cereal. I'm not going to add this in, but I want to. Catalina Crunch Cinnamon Toast. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is my favorite cereal. I have a lot of other ones I like a lot, but like that's my ultimate fave. So if I could find a Cinnamon Toast, that would be great. So this one is 5 grams of carbs for a half cup. Oh my. So that's a lot of carbs, by the way, for a half cup. This one I think was also most expensive. Zoom in on it. So here's what 36 grams looks like. It's not too bad for like a snack or whatever. I mean, I'm used to my, you know, big cereal bowl days. Smells amazing. Very cinnamony. Also slightly mapley. I'm gonna go for a second one. There's like an aftertaste and I'm trying to put my finger on it. You know those Triscuit multi-seeded, like multi-grain wheat crackers? Except they kind of just taste like wheat. That's what it tastes like. Like the front taste is good. The front taste reminds me of a very faint French toast crunch. The crunch is amazing. I love the texture. It's not too hard. I've had some keto cereals like that promise crunch, but what they mean is the crunch of your tooth breaking off. You know, but then the aftertaste is just a very plain sort of wheat cardboard. It's not unpleasant, but it doesn't have much sweetness. Let's add our sweetened milk here. Just a little bit of milk, just enough to wet our palates. I can't tell if that's better or not. I think I actually like them better dry. The almond milk, which obviously you could use a different milk you could use for life, whatever. But the almond from the almond milk kind of overpowers any of the faintness of the French toast crunch. You're kind of just tasting the almond milk at that point, which is like a nice sweet almond milk. Nothing wrong with that. The texture of that bite of cereal with the milk is... It's my daughter's toy. It's very pleasant. Wow. That is a good bite of cereal texture-wise. On point, delicious. You know, I wonder if just sprinkling some cinnamon over the top would kind of help. Almond overpowers the aftertaste too. All in all, I would give the texture like 10 out of 10. That cereal taste or like sweetness, like a 5. It's not bad. It's not great. Actually, I'll give it a 5.5. It's slightly above average. I mean, for a keto cereal, it's amazing. But, you know, we're looking for a good replacement for regular cereal. If you just served this to me and said, this is Triscuit cereal, this is wheat squares, I'd be like, oh, that sounds weird. And then I'd try it. I'd be like, okay. My conclusion is that I like it better as a snack. Just like little baggies to go with your lunch, just to have something crunchy. I think it's better as a snack. Honestly, this will get eaten. Oh, yeah. And my kids like it, I like it, it'll get eaten. I'm gonna leave the rest of this while I try these, and then we can talk about like sogginess, crunch factor. Yes, please. All right. One serving is 40 grams. So let's see what that ends up looking like. Oh, thank you. No. Okay, get a handful. All right. Okay, so this is 40 grams. A little bit more bang with your buck for this one. Oh, it's okay, honey. Here's some just for you. Here you go. So as far as carbs, we're looking at what looks like 3 grams of net carbs per serving, which is a lot more exciting. I want to eat my cereal. All right, I'm gonna try it dry, one of each, since they're different colors. I don't know if that means they're different flavors. They smell really good, by the way. They smell like an extremely artificial version of Trix, which Trix already smell fairly artificial, but it still smells good. So like if there was a candle from Bath and Body Works that said like a Trix candle smells like fruit cereal or whatever, this is what it would smell like. Whoa. So, wow, I'm really impressed. They do taste fruity. They've got a good amount of sweetness. Their texture is really nice. They're a little bit more powdery than a traditional like Cocoa Puff. They don't have quite the like Trix are powdery, but when you squish them, they like compress. These don't compress. They sort of burst apart into a powder, but it's still a very satisfying crunch. See all the powder? I can definitely tell it has some erythritol. There's a very mild cooling effect that at first just came across as like a flavor, but it took me a second to identify it. I kind of like it. It really works with it because something about like when it hits, like you get fruit, then cool, and then like fruit again. And it kind of just comes across as like this burst of like flavor that contrasts with the fruit. And it doesn't cool your tongue. It just tastes like coolness. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Okay. I think I really like it. Let me try it with some milk. Plenty of red and pink. So this cereal is a win for me. I'm still gonna give it a high rating. I don't recommend it with almond milk. The almond is overpowering the fruit and combining with it in a not great way. If this like were used with Fairlife, heck, I think you could even do water. I know people think that's disgusting. Or like cut whole milk half and half with water. I've done that before. Because look, I grew up drinking skim milk. So I am used to a very thin milk. So just something to moisten it slightly, because unlike this one, I don't feel like it'd be as good as just like a snack. Like my kids will eat it from a Ziploc baggie happily. As a keto cereal, as like a replacement for like Trix and other fruity cereals, I would say it's a win. It's a win for me. The almond's ruining it. See, now the erythritol cooling effect is just combining with the almond to make it taste like every other keto dessert I've ever made, with like Swerve and erythritol blends and monk fruit before I knew about allulose. So it's just almond and like mouth freshness. Right, the return of the toddler bowls. It's like I don't do a lot of extra. You want an apple? Hold on 1 second. But I have here whole milk cut half and half with water. Yep, tastes like my childhood. Now, I've got it. This is like if Kix and Trix had a baby. Yeah, baby. I want Nana. Okay, I'm coming. This is gonna be like for like taste, I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9. For me, this is my second favorite cereal below the ratio, but I'm actually gonna say that it's my favorite even above the ratio cinnamon because of the net carbs. Because I don't care how good something tastes, I want it to be low in carbs, so it does like reduce my overall opinion of it. So I'm gonna say this is my new favorite cereal. It's expensive. It's either the second or the most cheap per ounce. Moving on. The one that caught my eye, the one that inspired this whole video, Special K cinnamon, whatever. 2 grams of net carbs per 36 grams, so even less than the WonderWorks. Let's do a sniff test. Oh, that smells so good. That smells, I know I said this was like the French Toast Crunch. No. This smells just like the French Toast Crunch. Oh my gosh, smell alone, wow. They're not quite like puffs, but they kind of look like they came out in a tube and then they sliced them. Here's what 36 grams looks like. Again, just like the WonderWorks, a fairly normal, typical looking serving to me. They taste a lot like this, but the texture, what is in this?
Some oat fiber, cinnamon, sucralose, monk fruit extract, salt, trivial nut sugar. So ingredients: lentil protein, allulose syrup.
So 8 grams total carbs. This is, by the way, our least amount of total carbs. So if you go by total carbs, this is something. So I guess I should talk about the taste. I keep munching them. They taste like these, but so much more cinnamon. They do have a slight aftertaste, but instead of being a wheat Triscuit cracker, the aftertaste tastes just like plain Cheerios. So they're not super sweet. Oh, they are. Okay, the texture is addicting. They're little puffs, but instead of turning into powder when you crunch them, they compress. They do the compress thing, but like slightly more delicately than a normal puff. See how like you can compress it, and instead of collapsing, it kind of just squishes. Like, the texture is addicting. Wow. I love the cinnamon. I love the taste of cinnamon. It has just enough maple sweetness to like, but like the cinnamon is what's like standing out. I'm just really excited because this is really tasty. You know what it reminds me of? Okay, so if you've had toddlers in this modern age, or maybe you had them back in the day, Gerber has these puffs, but the texture and the aftertaste remind me a lot of those like really flavorless puffs. Oh boy, I get the feeling this could be it. I can tell you already, because they're so light and airy, you're not going to want these to let these sit in milk for very long. This is an eat fast cereal if you don't want it to get soggy. I like it. What does it remind me of? It reminds me of something I've eaten before. My son likes it. Yeah, I will say that cinnamon is tickling the back of my throat. Honestly, as it gets soggy, the texture even reminds me of soggy French Toast Crunch. Alright, wow. So this is a winner. I think if you were replacing it for kids, the fruity one, especially if your kids like fruity cereals and it's brightly colored and, you know, what have you. For me, my personal taste, this one wins. I'm going to give it a 10. Again, it was kind of expensive. Texture's on point, taste is on point, portion is on point, carbs are on point. It's pricey, but I don't think it's particularly pricier than other keto cereals, so relatively right in average. This is it. Wow. I can't believe it. I never thought I would find a good cereal. It's like even getting soggy like normal cereal. Normally, keto cereal, when it gets soggy, it starts like dissolving and falling apart. This is not doing that. It's just absorbing the water and getting kind of like bloated, or not water, getting kind of bloated with the milk. It's just squishy. This is magic. This is a good snack. This is good cereal. This is good both. I'd eat that out of a baggie. Did you see me eating that? That's like an addicting texture and taste. Also cereal. We ended on a high note, y'all. I was very interested to see how this turned out. So we have our cinnamon replaced. We have our fruit replaced. All we need now is an actually good chocolate cereal. And we need a good peanut butter cereal. Because peanut butter Captain Crunch, it's up there for me. So if I could find those two things, like I think then we have our like Avengers of keto cereal. They had a chocolate brand of this cereal. So let me know in the comments down below if you'd be interested in seeing me buy these, try these, to rate them. Like a 5.5. This one got a 9 for me. It has red dye and it is very artificial tasting and looking. So like for kids it's still a 9, but for me an adult, like will I ever want it again? Not really. I kind of have left this kind of stuff behind. It doesn't give me as much joy as it used to. Like used to, you know, I loved tricks. I didn't have, you know, even the idea of me being like, oh, it looks and tastes artificial kind of is stupid just hearing coming out of my mouth, because that's so different from the life that I've lived up until now. But like, I didn't realize that that was changed until I tried it. And I'm like, it's good. It's totally good. But so if you still really like fruity cereals and stuff like that, and you know, that hasn't changed for you, then this would be a great substitute for you. And then this one, saving the best for last. This one's gonna get a 10 from me. Special K, take my money. Make more like this. Make a chocolate one. I'm begging you, please. And a peanut butter one. I'm begging you, please. You are the one. You have the way. I'm a fan. I'm not sponsored, but like, you could sponsor me, Special K. I'll be your keto spokesperson for... How long has this been out? Have I just not known? I've never seen this. I haven't heard anything about it online. This is incredible. It does say new. It says it. So, breaking news. Like, if you haven't tried this and you like cinnamon cereals, oh my goodness. Heavens to Betsy, the milk is even good. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it literally has like the cinnamon floating around in it. It makes delicious cinnamon milk. This is it. This is it. This is my new favorite cereal. It's a 10. I love it. Wow. I'm so glad that I was struck by inspiration. I'm so glad the giant zero caught my eye. I'm glad I tried this last, because if we'd have like started with that, these would have had no chance for an accurate rating. I want to go back to these just to see the sog factor, how that ended up. Sorry. I don't know if it's just like coming off of this to this, two different cinnamon things, if it just hit me wrong. But don't let these sit. Ugh. These are still fine. Don't let them sit. It does weird things to the taste. It had like a slight edge of like going sour, and it has not been that long. So if you're looking for crunch, Catalina Crunch, aptly named, I think would be a good one. If you're looking for fruit, these are good. And if you're looking for all of your hopes and dreams of cinnamon cereal to come true, this is what you're looking for. If you're looking for disappointment, this is what you're looking for. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you like, subscribe, share, comment, hit the notification bell. All those things support my channel. You guys have always been very awesome and supportive. I really appreciate it. Let me know if there's any products like this that I've apparently been sleeping on. Have you tried this? What's your favorite brand of cereal? Is it like this one? Because that would be unfortunate. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to insult you. People are allowed to like what they want to like. It's all opinion based anyway. I hope you guys have a good one. Bye, y'all.